Okay, so we are back at it, and this is the newest completed commission. So I got hit up a month plus ago, by Alexander, who's actually gotten a die from me before. I believe he got the dojo, if I remember correctly. So he hit me up and he wanted basically a destroyed clock tower. So he wanted the dimensions to be 20 inches across, 14 inches deep, and 18 inches tall. This is what I came up with. I was looking at it this morning, and, or even when I was carving it, and one of the things that hinders sometimes the process is when they want something very specific. And you want to go that route, but you know that if you go all the way that route, it's not going to work. So what I mean to say by that is, for example, ultimately I wanted to destroy this even more. The problem when you have foam board is that, for example, so if I would have taken off this brick, it would have just left a small gap, and this could have snapped easily. And once it snaps, unless you know how to, you'd have to glue it back together and or paint it, because sometimes if it snaps in a certain way, the pink will show up. So I couldn't necessarily destroy it as destroyed as I wanted to, but he is happy. I sent him some pictures yesterday, so he's happy with it. And again, a lot of it has to do with just the integrity of the to make sure it's secure, make sure that it's not going to just snap during shipping, or when he takes it out and he puts it together, or if it falls off the table and it hits the floor, that it just doesn't snap. So a lot of it is making sure that it is strong as it could be for something that's made out of insulation foam, which is a very, very light material that I can easily lift with one hand. So with that being said, I approached it so that although it didn't have as much destruction on the walls, I created about 12 or 13 pieces that would have fallen from the rest of the tower, or the rest of the build. So real quick, one of the things I also wanted to do is I wanted to make it so that he had, one of the things I always say, and one of the things that's really important to me, is make every dial, make it so that you get as many different shots as you can from it. So with that being said, I decided that this archway was going to be not only removable, obviously, but I went ahead and just painted the floor. So even if this piece is not there, he can still work with that. So it still gives him that opportunity. Also wanted to make sure that if he removed this piece here, he can still work within that, which just meant painting the inside. Normally, if this is kind of blocking that, it wouldn't have mattered. In this case, I definitely painted the inside, so he does have that different look. Also went with the outside as well. Debated a little bit. It just would have made no sense if I would not have created that side, and it just would have been shots from this side. I just think, again, it gives him more of an opportunity to just do some different things with it. The silhouette, I guess we can call it, of where the stairs used to be, I thought it was a cool little feature to throw in there, because normally when you have a clock tower, somebody has to go up and keep maintenance of the clock and so forth. So I made it seem like there were stairs there at some point. The floor, I went with I could never get away from bricks, but I just thought that the color of bricks was a really good color to offset the grays and the yellows. So I decided to just go with the brick floor, just a little piece of it. And yeah, so that's pretty much it, man. So what I'm going to do now is just break it down real quick so you guys have an idea. That back piece is a complete wall. So with this, you have another piece, and then that... Hold on. Present it again, baby. Yeah, so this is the back piece. So it's just one piece connected. Nothing on the back, just straight pink. The floor piece, obviously it's all magnetized. Easy enough to put back together. And... also did something with this piece that I thought was kind of cool. I decided to break it so that, and also paint the bottom so he can actually put that as something that's destroyed as well. Throw some of that in there. Put Hulk smashing somebody's face into the floor. I mean, whatever, man. Whatever. Yeah, so this is the newest build. The clock, the hands. I did a little live Facebook portion of me creating these clock hands, and pretty much this is just foam, just a foam sheet. This here is the dollar foam, or the foam from the dollar store, the project foam. So it's pretty thin, but it's really easy to manipulate, and it's really easy to take the paper off, which is great. Everything else is pretty much the foam, the installation foam board. This is a combination of sawdust, and I did a little bit of those little pebbles, and I did some of the chunks of installation foam board itself. Excuse me, foam board itself. Yeah, so these are all movable, and none of that moves. Everything here is permanent, glued down. Insulation foam board is a great material to work with, and I know a lot of people have been asking. You know, we get new members to the Diet Social Group all the time. I get subscribers all the time, and pretty much it's just something you can get at Home Depot. Usually the bigger sheets, which are 8x2, are about $12. I usually go and get the 2x2 sheets. I just feel they're less warped, and they're a little more expensive, but I'm okay with that. And so this is all set, y'all. And again, same deal here. Project foam board. This is just carved in, and I did a little bit of moss, just because it would make sense for moss to be growing out of this structure. Alright, y'all, and this is it, and I am out. Peace.